Currently live now, guys, on YouTube. Make sure to tune in, guys. Currently already in the setup for a gold sell. Just entered the position now. So make sure if you want to tune in, I'm going to be explaining the setup. So I'll be waiting for you guys to tune in. But if you want to get access to the setup and the trade idea, make sure to tune in now, guys. Stream is live.
I asked God. I asked God. I asked God.
I will go down with this.
I asked God.
What is this? What does it keep repeating? I will go down with this.
I asked God.
Why does it keep repeating? Why does it keep repeating? Hey guys, what's up? So currently in a gold sell at the moment, guys. Just jumped in. Like I said to you guys before, I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to join before we start like getting into things. I told you guys I will be jumping on the stream a lot more like preemptively. So like I don't waste your guys' time, I don't waste my time. So let me just put the exact entry here. Chat box. I will go down with this ship, and now I'm going and surrender. What's up, everyone? Let's get it. Let's get it. Yesterday was crazy, guys. It's crazy. I'm just pinning out where exactly all my TPs are. So TP1 would be over here. Let me just do this. Price note. Yeah, that's cool. I know there's one here. Do that. TP2, 10. TP3. What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining. Really appreciate the support. This one's going to be quite far down as well. Okay, so TP1, TP2, TP3. TP2, TP3. Final TP will be down here, guys. Stop loss, take profits. So guys, thanks again for everyone who's joined the stream. Really appreciate it. So on Tuesday, we managed to catch the gold sell as well. We ran into 120 pips. If you didn't close at that position, we ended up closing at break even then. If you didn't close that one, so it was really good. So far on stream, guys, we haven't lost a trade. We've had 4 wins, 2 break evens. So far, so good. So let's hope today is another win. You know, we can only hope. But so far, guys, the trades have been unreal in the VIP. Unreal. Yesterday was crazy. We caught gold sells and gold buys yesterday. I also actually want to run through those 2 positions that we took because that was really cool. You can see why we entered this position, guys, because basically we failed to break. So we had all-time highs. So we hit all-time highs pretty much yesterday. Or was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday we hit bam, 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 bam. Failed to break above. We started to form a very strong resistance towards this area. Let me just make sure all my group has joined as well. 1 second. Just give me a second, guys. All right, let me just get into this quickly. What's up, everyone? So guys, yesterday we ran through 2 positions. We're currently in gold sells at the moment, based on the fact that we failed to break above these highs a few times. So we obviously had a really strong resistance level over here, which indicates that price needs to come down. Now again, we can say that necessarily we came down, tapped into these levels, and this could have been our liquidity. We came down to these levels, but I still feel like we need to come down first. As we see that Bitcoin is obviously pumping to highs again, not to new all-time highs, but Bitcoin is pumping. It doesn't necessarily have some sort of correlation, but we do just follow our strategy, and we believe that, you know, based on how price rejected and pushed back up here, we feel that price is coming up, grabbing some liquidity either within this area or within this area. So we could potentially have 2 positions, you know, because price could come up and grab liquidity within this area, because you can see that we had a lot of liquidity built up within this area. This was our pretty much liquidity candle before we started to reject and come back down. So the idea behind this trade is that, you know, if we come up, grab a little liquidity, create a top wick on this candle for us to continue to drive back down and come and grab to this level, because you can see that we have a strong level of support over here as well. This is what I'm also looking down at. So this would indicate, and you can see before we have come down. We have come down and grabbed liquidity in these levels before, so that's why I'm quite confident that we will come down and tap into those levels again. Let's see. So currently in gold sells at the moment. Entry was 44620 exactly, and stop loss is here above this swing high. So if price obviously starts to push up and pushes above these swing highs, we know that price is probably going to push to all-time high and create new higher highs, and we don't want to, obviously, we don't know necessarily where price can push to. It can just continue going higher than before. So and then stop loss is obviously at 4580.284. Now again, guys, if you want to get obviously these trades and these trade setups before in real time, make sure to scan the QR code, drop me a DM. We send about 2 to 5 of these trade setups every single day. And yesterday was just crazy. We took an account from, let me just show you. So we're currently trading, doing a $1,000 to $10,000 challenge, and currently up on this account now. So we can see we've entered that gold position, currently in a slight bit of drawdown, which is completely normal. And yeah, currently up almost $600 on this account. And this is obviously my live account. So we're taking this $1,000 account. Trying to flip it to 10K, so which means it'll be a 10X. Yesterday was crazy. You can see we caught gold buys and gold sells, which was cool. I just want to actually run through that trade as well, because it's actually insane. Let me just go back to that. Waiting for some of my regulars to join in here. And surrender. What's up to all the new people that joined? Hope you're all having a fantastic week so far. So yes, if anyone has questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box, guys. Let's have, like I said, let's have a community. Let's have community based. Let's start chatting. Let's start getting to know one another. That's what I want to get going here. Yeah, well, what I want to do, I wanted to actually run through yesterday's trade. So we had, let me just go to this one. I removed my drawings there yesterday. Oh yeah, perfect. So we entered that at exactly 17:20 yesterday. Let me just do this. 17:20 yesterday, which was the 14th. Yeah, correct. All right. This was a sell position. 17:20, which was yesterday. That was just we caught this. Stop loss was 4-1. The final take profit was 600. So this was yesterday's position that we sent in the VIP. You can see that we came down. Let me just do this. What's up, Adam? Thanks for joining, brother. Appreciate it. So we're currently in, if you just joined, we're currently in gold sells at the moment. Just explaining, just running through the trade we took yesterday. We can see that obviously price came down and we'd had a gold sell. We entered exactly at this point over here. We came down, tapped there. We almost smashed our last TP. You can see how close we came. This was just really, really unfortunate. Our final TP was 4,600 on the dot. We came and tapped 4,601.4, so about 10 pips off. But obviously, I was updating the group and telling everyone, you know, close like necessarily. Like when you start to see it get very close down to your final take profits, just close. You know, if you're gonna risk, you know, this whole reversal for 10 pips, don't do that, because you'll end up screwing yourself and you'll miss out on like a golden opportunity pretty much. Or at the minimum, start to take 50%, like close your position at literally 50%. Because generally in this sense, what I would do is, if we start seeing this position running down, obviously once we go through at least our 50% mark, we start to at least start taking profits. But I would like close half your position, or at the minimum, move your stop loss to break even at this point, so you at least secure 50% of the profit, because you don't want to close full just in case like price tends to like want to drop. Obviously we went back up first, grabbed liquidity, and then came back down and grabbed liquidity within this range. But if, you know, price was to reject all the way down here, we don't want to lose out on, let's say, this whole position. So it's a 2.17, so we can start to run our position all the way down. That's pretty much what I would have done and been comfortable with that. And then we also caught gold buys as well yesterday. We caught the gold buys just before. We caught this gold buy as well. Same. Which was pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Interesting flex. So yeah, yesterday I felt like a wizard. Yesterday I was like the market, the gold market was just speaking to me, bro. It was like, buy now, sell now. That's pretty cool. You know when you feel that, you know when you feel it, bro, you know. Thanks everyone for the support who tuned in on the live stream. I hope you all are having a great day. Again, we're obviously in a position now, so those of you who just joined, we're in a position now. I've just marked up on my charts the TP levels, so that it's just a bit more clearer that you guys can see. So it's TP1, TP2, TP3. I put up my final TP all the way down here to make it about a 1 to 2 risk RR on this trade total. Again, we will start managing the position once we start to hit TP3. But overall, what time frame do I enter on? This one I entered on the 15 minute. I entered on the 15 minute. But generally, like if I'm going to enter and execute a position, it's generally on the 5 minute. You know, it's because it just depends. Because if I see my setup and if I see my zone, like if I see the zone that I was going to target over here, let me just point out my zone. I'm going to do this. Let me just find this tool quickly. Price range. Yeah, I wanted to do, I think it's this. Yeah, this. Cool. So this was based off this. This was my position based on this, because I'm just using this tool so I can get a 50% range. So we came down from the swing high, we created a new swing low, and I was saying to myself that if we're going to come lower down, we got to grab liquidity. So I said I'm going to take 50% of this range and 50% lined up exactly for that entry. So the swing high to the swing low, if you want to get it on the point, you know, it would be pretty much there, like, you know, or just above, just slightly above. But this was pretty much my entry setup. I was taking about 50% of the swing low and the swing high, added that together, and that's what made me enter my position, because I knew that price was going to grab liquidity. The only thing is that I'm looking at the moment as well is that we are trading above our EMAs. So trading above all our EMAs, the 20-day, the 50-day, 100-day, and the 200-day. So that is a little bit, you know, concerning. I'd like us obviously to be trading below those ranges. You know, the EMA is obviously your moving average, so your daily moving average. That's a little bit alerting. So always enter on the 5 or 50-minute fast as well. Well, for you guys, you can enter. When I enter, you guys can enter. You don't necessarily have to enter a trade on a time frame. So you guys can be on a 4-hour time frame and enter a position on. Like I'm just trying to understand your question correctly there, Adam. So are you saying, like, let's say for example, I enter a position on like a 5-minute, but you're on like a 1-hour chart? Can you enter a position if that's what you're asking? I'm just trying to understand the question correctly. I will go down with this ship, and I won't go back. Because yeah, the best time obviously for me to execute a position is on a 5 minutes, but I really like a 15-minute. I feel like my 15-minute trades and my 15-minute time frame, like I've really nailed it, and I've really started to understand like exactly where, like I've been looking for a 15 minutes. Sorry, I mean, does it matter position in a position? Sorry, I mean, does it matter position is a position? Yeah, position is a position. So like if I enter position on a 5-minute, but you're on a 1-hour chart, still the same, exactly the same. It's just that maybe I got my entry on a 15-minute time frame, but you know, you entered on a 1-hour chart. There's no difference between that. Zero difference. I wonder if we have any news today. I don't think so. I don't trade news, guys. This is why I don't really. It's always important to look at news, but I don't trade news. So I'm not a guy that's gonna. So at 2:30, so within the next 2 hours, I'm sure we'll probably be out of this position. So we got unemployment claims. It looks like it's gonna be higher than predicted, which means that shit for the US economy. Wait, unemployment claims goes up. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we'll probably be out that position by then. Realistically, 2 hours, less than 2 hours. So there's not much volume coming in at the moment, but like I said to you guys, I just want to I want to be in and out of position. I don't want to waste your guys' time. I want to be entering and exiting. You know, by the time you guys come on, I want to already be ready have found a position, or because like previous streams, I was just sitting let's say for 2 hours with you guys, and you guys were just sitting, waiting the whole time for hopefully a position, and sometimes we didn't even get a position. So it was a bit pointless. So I decided to just like, hey guys, we're going on within the next hour, make sure to put on your notifications, and I feel like this works a lot better. So that, because I know you guys are busy as well, you guys have things to do. I'm also busy. I also have a community to run. I also have messages to reply to. I have so many things I need to do as well. You know, obviously having a community, it is quite a lot of work. And as you guys also have your day-to-day jobs as well, which I assume. So again, I don't think there's a point to obviously waste my time or your guys' time. So I felt like this is cool. So we're currently breaking down quite nicely at the moment. So would this be a perfect, guys, if we get another wick entry over here, bro, I don't know. Yesterday was a wick entry, a wick sell, a wick buy, and now we're on a potential wick sell again, you know. I mean, this drawdown is what, 30 pips? It's not bad at all, you know. So if you guys are in this position, you know, you currently would be up in profit. By the time I join the stream, we were at about break even as well. We were sitting at this point as well when I entered the trade. So all good for now. So taking this trade live on my $1,000 account. So risking I think $200-300 on this trade to potentially make $600. So it's a good risk to reward overall on this trade. Currently up $60. You guys can see it. Can't hide it. It is my live account as well. Live account. There's my history. And there's my current trade. I will go down with this ship. Whoever you are in this position, like, did you manage to catch the same entry? I don't think we hit quite TP1 just yet. Just like about 7 pips away. Are you guys in this position? Who are all in this position? How are you guys feeling? It's a daily moving average. You see, like, if we can come down and tap into our moving average, this will be good. So it's just a base. Like, I don't like that we trade in above it. It's a thing. So I want to get out as soon as possible. If this was like the move, if this was the liquidity we need. Also, we do have, you know, we did come up and tap into these levels before. This is also the idea. Tapped into this level before rejecting. You know, we didn't come all the way down to these levels. We first came back up, grab liquidity within this level. So this was our liquidity candle before we started to reject. So a lot of people thought it would be this candle. A lot of people thought it would be this wick before rejecting, but it was actually this wick. That was the liquidity. And then for us to continue driving down, and that's what brought us all the way down to these levels. Now again, we have tapped in and grabbed the liquidity here, but price needs to obviously balance out. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. Nice one, Adam. Nice one, brother. Okay, cool. Currently rejecting. We might actually get 2 positions. Like I also see a stay true to yourself. I get such random messages on a day-to-day basis. And some people said, hey, how's your health today? I'm like, no, it's going good. You know, like, I don't know who you are, but I mean, fair enough. Thank you. Sometimes your strangers are the ones who care about you the most, you know? And these bottle caps, I really like this. Like, I like that it saves the planet, but it's really annoying. Like, I don't know if you guys, like when you're on a date and you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna have a sip of water there, and you're like, it's like tangled in your mouth. You're still in Malta, bro. Yep, at the moment. Gonna be heading back soon to the sand pit. Sand pit. So my thought behind this is, I kind of I mostly missed my car. Like I really love, I miss driving. I haven't drove a car in because generally when I go on holiday, I don't like to drive. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Like for me, I think I just drive so much when I'm in Dubai that when I come, I'm not necessarily on holiday now, but like when I come to a new country, like I like to, just like not drive, you know. I won't go down with the ships. Where you at the moment, Adam? You're in Sweden, right? Sweden's such a nice place, man. I need to come check that place out. I was in Switzerland. I was in Gstaad once. That was also really good. Cold right now, but nice in the summer. Yeah, no, I was in Amsterdam and bro, it was freezing cold, bro. Freezing cold. I was with family. That's why it was so hard because we were living in the same kind of house, and there was a newborn there, and there was also like my mother, my brother, his wife. So it was like so hard for me to find time and for me to find a set, because if I wanted to stream, I had to go like outside, and it was just way too cold, bro. Like I tried to do like videos outside, I might be like, oh, what's up, guys? Freezing cold out here, but gotta do it for the content. You're welcome anytime, bro. Definitely hit you up if I come to Sweden, bro. Need to do some MMA training, bro. You know what I really want to do is, I don't know what your thoughts are, Adam. I know you're obviously a fighter, a professional fighter, guys. Not one of those bar fighters. But like, I really want to go. I don't know if you've ever seen these ones when you go to like Thailand and you do these whole training camps. Have you ever heard about that? Is it any good? Is it like worth your money? Because I see some guys posting about that and doing that, and I don't know if it's like legit or how good it actually is. Like stay there for a month, like literally just train, eat, sleep, work every single day. I think it's quite cool. This is just a little change in lifestyle, just do something different, be with like-minded people for a bit. I'd really love a coffee, eh? I ran out of coffee yesterday. I only got this filter coffee, which I'm absolutely not drinking. Should go to Thailand and live that type of life. Yeah, I really want to do it, bro. There's a few places. What's so funny is like I always wanted to go to Bali, but it's always that trip that just never happens. It's like, you plan with your boys and you never end up going. It's a bit sad. It's like always that hyped trip that never happens. So I'm just like, when I was active. Nice. So you actually did it. That's sick. Really cool. Okay, so it's been authorized by a legitimate person. That's cool. Yeah, I definitely want to do it. I need to get back into shape and stuff like that. I've just been so focused now on the project, and I've just been so focused on like you guys as well. Just making sure, because obviously having my own group, my own community, it was a lot more work. It was a lot more work than I expected. So like, it takes up a lot of my time. So I'm trying to like delegate time for the group. I'm trying to delegate time to reply to messages. I'm trying to delegate time to do live streams. Also trying to delegate time to actually do trading on myself, like also got to make money also doing trading by myself. So finding a good balance and also having time to go out, spend time with friends as well. So kind of just been like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm just pretty much just isolated at the moment because I'm just trying to like find a system that is working. That's why I'm trying to find something that works the best for not only myself, but for the community as well. Because, what works for me might not work for everyone else. So I'm trying to find something that's fair for everyone. And I felt like, doing this YouTube, like what I'm doing now, works for a lot of people because like, realistically now in 2026, anyone can just whip out their phone. Even if they're working, they can just like have their phone on the side and just like, even put in an earpiece. Most people even work remote now. So, they can have a second screen, just open up and just like watch the stream, listen to me, what I'm saying. And, they don't even have to be listening continuously what I'm saying. Like as soon as I enter, they can enter, or whatever the case is. So Ryan said, come grab a coffee in Dublin. I really want to go Ireland, bro. Like I have a few mates that's from Ireland, so definitely want to go there. Definitely want to try some of the golf courses. I don't know if you guys golf. Definitely want to play some golf here. Some of the best golf courses in the world. I'm still a guy that like, Ryan's from South Africa, so you would understand, but I still think South Africa has some goated courses, bro. Like it's so hard, like when people are like, oh no, Dublin has, or like Ireland has some of the best golf courses, and I'm like, yeah, but maybe I'm just very biased. I'm just like, yeah, but South Africa is sick, bro. So like Cape Town is just goated, bro. It's just like, I love Cape Town, bro. I think it's one of the best places in the world. I've been to so many places, and I just still think that, probably it's coming off as a biased opinion, but I still think that Cape Town is the best. Obviously, it was a bit safer. If Cape Town was systemed like Dubai, bro, like I think there would be so many people that live there. It'd be great. It'd be chaos. Tell me if you go have a contact in Bali. Sweet. I'll definitely hit you up. Dan Chapman, if you know who he is. He's got a gym there. Boxer. Sweet. Yeah, I would like to do boxing. I'll definitely hit you up because I used to do boxing way back when. I have to tell you guys a story. So I was doing boxing, like it was me, my brother, and some other guy, like my mom's boyfriend's son at the time. And we were doing boxing there at the time. And we went to this like absolute rundown gym, bro. But I feel like this is the best way to learn, right? So we're in this like rundown gym, bro. Like it was like in the middle of bro, there's like crime happening like every day there. And I remember the one time we were on the N2, which is like quite a big highway, and the dad just told us to get out and run all the way to the gym. And now we had to run through like townships and stuff like that to get to this place, like heavy dodge. And like the last person there had to do like, I think 200 or 300 push-ups or something ridiculous. So like, not only are you running for your life, you're running to avoid this 200 to 300 push-ups that you got to do. And luckily my fitness was way better back then. So I was a lot like smaller and a lot quicker. So I could get there a lot faster because I didn't used to smoke. Obviously cigarettes, I smoked cigarettes back in my day. I feel like that significantly had an impact on my chest. I don't think I'd ever be able to recover my lungs properly. So yeah, bad habits, bad habits unfortunately always catch up to you. The older you get, when your parents are like, just wait until you get older. And now we're pretty much at that age, because I'm 30 this year. I'm 29 at the moment, I'm 30 this year. And like, I used to call people old when I was 20, 21, so now I'm that old dude, bro, that I used to insult and be like, hey bro, geez, bro, like when I was like 22, I remember I used to go to clubs and stuff. I used to see people still like 29, 30, 31, still like at the same places as me. I was like, dude, what's this guy still doing here, bro? And I'm like, to be fair, like I've also been like, not at a club, bro. Like I don't like clubs, bro. I like in Dubai, it's different because you go to like a restaurant. So you go to like quite a high-end restaurant and you sit there, have some food, have a couple of drinks, and then basically the restaurant turns into a club. Well, you just sort of dance at your table and everyone's like kind of getting involved. That's more what I prefer. It's more sophisticated, more, you know, it's more people with like obviously better mindsets and more well-behaved people. Like when you're in a club, you know, you just have people doing, you know, who knows what. You know, back in the days, for sure, I used to obviously definitely used to enjoy that. It's crazy because I used to think like, you know, when I used to go like trance parties, I used to go to these parties and all these like crazy parties, I used to think like, this is my life, bro. Like, how am I ever going to get over this? Like, how I love this shit, you know, like I love to like do these things, bro. Like, this is crazy. And then basically, as I got older, I look at some videos, I watch videos of this thing and I'm like, how the fuck was I doing that, bro? Like, you know, how? Like, this doesn't even make sense. Question, when placing a 4x or 5x position, do you put a limit order the 4 or 5 positions right away and then proceed to do TPs and stop loss? I find it kind of stressful to do one at a time. Yeah, definitely. So I would just enter the position and then do your stop loss and take profits afterwards. Definitely, because if you're going to do that, you might miss out on the entry. So this might screw you over. So, you know, putting in all these numbers, it might be 46615.084. This all takes time to do. You know, make sure you're confident in knowing, okay, cool, if I'm going to enter one lot position on this size, my stop loss is $20, $21. What is that going to be? It's going to be $2,100 that I'm going to risk, right? If you're doing 0.1, you're obviously risking $210. So if you know your orders, if you know how much you're risking, you don't need to use like baby pips, or you're not on, let's say, Trade Locker, for example, that has an automatic calculator, you know, then you can do that. If you're confident, like if you're using the same risk size every time, that's fine. Do that 100%, because there's no point in like going back, because you already know how much you're going to risk. It doesn't really matter. You can always add that in later. There's no point in jumping back to that. Ismail, hi brother. Welcome back, my bro. Appreciate you coming tuning into the stream. If you've just joined, pretty much at break even on this trade, guys. Let me just run through the trade again for those who just joined, because obviously some of you, you know, maybe have your lunch breaks. It's now 1 o'clock in Europe. So we entered this position a couple minutes ago, like maybe 10, 20, maybe even 20 minutes ago. Stop loss is at 4641.157, just call it 41. And entry was pretty much a break even now, so 4620. TP1 is over here, and TP2, TP3 is, you can just read it over here, and then final TP is all the way down here. So once we start to break below TP3, we will start managing this position. You know, again, this is obviously just a trade, this is just an idea, anything can happen. Again, on stream, we've won 4 trades and lost and break even on 2. So we haven't had any losses live trading. So, you know, obviously being above like 70% win rate overall, you know, anything can happen on the charts. Just always remember that. Never go full port, guys. Never say, okay, we've never lost a trade on stream. Luke's never going to lose a trade on stream, so I'm going to go in crazy on this trade. Never do that, because I'm always going to be back on stream next Tuesday. I'm going to be back on stream next Thursday. So you're always going to have multiple times, you know, but don't base like my previous record on one specific trade, because that's what screws you. You know, when I used to watch some guys on YouTube, for example, back in the day when I was still learning, I used to think like some guys went on a 14 win spree, 15 win spree. And I was like, this guy's crazy, bro. And then the chances of me going full port on that 16th position, he lost. And it can just happen, you know? And then you're there like, oh, like, why did I do that, bro? Because firstly, not only are you basing yourself on one guy, you're basing yourself on a trade setup that, you know, no one in the world is 100% win rate, you know? There could be 100% win rate for a certain period, but overall, there's no ways anyone's 100% win rate. And that's just the fact. That's the reality. So if you're in a group or you hear some streamer talking about, bro, I'm 100% win rate, there could be 100% win rate for 2026. Fair enough. I don't discourage that. I don't doubt that for a second. But overall, no ways. So instant red flag. Even 90% is crazy. 90% is crazy. 80% is crazy. 80% is crazy. 70% is also really, really good. Remember, if you're above 50%, you are winning. Anything above 50 is good. As people like, I know when you were in school, for example, and then you used to get 50% and you used to be like, oh, well, that's average. In trading, it's really good. It means you pass the break-even stage, you're actually profitable. So again, like you're actually making money. You are making money over 50%. Obviously, bearing in mind that you're obviously risking properly, using proper risk management, etc. Obviously, if you're not using proper risk management, you could be like obviously your profits could fluctuate. So, yeah. Obviously, like in school, gonna be honest, I didn't used to do that well because I felt like when I was in school, I just felt like this is bullshit, man. Like this is bullshit. Like fair enough, you have to. I felt like obviously school is a very important part of your life, and most of you guys on this channel can agree. But at the same time, it is like what you're learning is stupid, bro. Like I was learning physics, bro. I took physics, physics was so hard for me, man. Physics was like, I took it because I wanted to because I wasn't really wealthy back in the day. I was actually quite mid-class poor. Like for me personally, I was broke. And when I used to be back in the day, I used to try and, take subjects that might get me a, what do you call it? Like a scholarship, whatever you want to call it, like a scholarship, whatever, to get into university one day. So that's the only reason why I took physics and pure maths. But I actually genuinely enjoyed maths. Maybe that's why I enjoyed trading. I just liked seeing money. Like if they had a math problem that involved money, I was like, all right, like let's go. But anything else like Pythagoras and all this, like working out what a triangle, what's the circumference of this circle or something, like, bro, I don't know, bro. You see, like it's like, okay, well, I'm looking at the circle over here, guys. Like according to the circle, it's saying like the radius of this is from here to here. No, it's like, bro, don't ever use that shit, bro. I don't know how you guys did in school. I sucked. I like barely passed matric because of Afrikaans. Afrikaans was like, I remember because I passed all the rest of my subjects and then it was just Afrikaans that like, bro, I knew I was going to fail, like without a doubt. And I remember sitting in that exam and they gave me my question paper and it was like a literature one, like one that you had to like read. Firstly, I couldn't read Afrikaans, so this was a fail. And then I had to answer questions based on what I read. So I knew I was screwed. And I'm just like looking at this. I'm looking at this as well. And then like I literally had 0%. I knew I was going to get 0% for the exam, but like 0 to maybe 2-3%. And that was my final exam. And I wrote like 3 Afrikaans exams and I knew I had an average of maybe 10-15%. I get my report back on matric and I'm thinking, bro, I'm going to fail, bro. Because you can't fail a language. Or you can't fail any language. I get my report card, bro. I had 44% because the teacher like really liked me. He was such a legend, bro. This teacher saved my life, bro. Like honestly. And then like I literally looked at my report card. I had like 46%. I was like, what? I was like, I literally went up to him afterwards. I was like, bro, like you were the reason I literally passed this like matric, bro. And he was like, no worries, man. Like you're a good guy, Like, and I was like, thank you very much. I'm not gonna disclose names, but absolute legend, bro. Absolute legend. So there is some good people out there. It's always, it's always good being a good-hearted person. Be good to your teachers. Be good to like I don't know if you're in school, but be good to your teachers. They're also doing a job, man. Like it's tough. Imagine like I've got a community of like I've got a community now, so I know how difficult it is to educate people, and I know how difficult it is to like speak to people and get points across. It can be stressful. You know, some people don't understand. This is a high skill demand, like skill set that you need to learn. You know, so obviously teaching people to do what you know. I think we're going to come down and hit TP1. Not yet. It's a very high demand like skill. So I do understand these teachers. You know, some teachers that I used to give a hard time to, I do understand, because it is really hard. It's like one of the hardest jobs, man, to teach someone. And I really respect everyone who teaches, because it does take a lot. You got to be really patient. Like teaching taught me a lot of patience, like big time. I used to be quite an impatient guy. I'm still impatient on certain things, but I used to be much more impatient. Damn, look at this, like, look at what's happening on this prices here, bro. Let me just check. Come down, tap, bam, 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 up, tap, liquidity. Look at this. This was an obvious long here as well. This is when I think we started to spike up. Look how much liquidity. This bottom wick closed above these ranges, failed to break below, failed to close below these. This was a pretty obvious long over here. CME gap over here. This gap might be too obvious. This is why I haven't placed orders here just yet. Because, guys, generally, like, let me educate you guys on a CME gap. So CME gap is when you have the market opening, and then the price, the buyers or the sellers open up, you know, like very fast. You know, they just like, there's so many buy orders that the market just like, it makes a gap between the market, between the entry price and the current price, because there's so many actual buy orders pending. That's what causes a gap. Now, generally, price comes down to fill that gap. But again, this might be too obvious, and it's not necessarily that big of a gap. It's like around 8, 9. I think it's around 20 pips. So it's not that significant. What I was looking at down here, let me just do this quickly. So this is what I'm more looking at, guys. This is going to be sexy orders here. As you see, this gap's slightly bigger. It's around 11 to 20. You see, this is around 100 pips, as opposed to this one, 20 pips. You see? So this CME gap has more of a chance to fill over time. Again, why I put my order over here, if you guys didn't understand, obviously I put a notification here as well. Why I put this order over here as well is because CME gap, we're going to come down. We can see that this was also what a resistance level that we broke above, and this is what caused us to go on the bullish run here. But when we came down here, if we're going to put an order here, you know, we might shoot ourselves in the foot for a buy order, because most people have their buy order set here. So what the market tends to do is, okay, there's a lot of buy orders here. We know that the CME gap is quite, you know, like quite an obvious play in terms of what the market wants to do. So generally what people have is they like have a lot of buy orders here, and they just end up saying, okay, we're going to put our stop loss below here. So this is how the retail gets screwed out of these. This is how the institutions wreck the retail, because yes, they know that the market's going to come down. Am I being stupid here? Where's my thing here? Yeah. So people will be like, okay, cool, we're going to put our order over here. Let's say it's a 1-to-1, and they will put their stop loss below here, and this will be the obvious play. And then they'll say, okay, we're going to run it up, and let's say it's a 1.1 risk to reward on this trade. So people will say, okay, cool, so the market makers will come in, whatever the case is, don't know who they are, whatever the case is, but they'll say, okay, this is an obvious play. And generally what's going to happen is, like, let's say price starts to reject, just hypothetically, so price will reject, come tap into a CME gap. They'll slightly make people believe, okay, cool, we're going to keep going up. And then what happens is we come down for a steep bottom, we grab liquidity down to these levels. That's why I put my one order here and one order here, because we can come down even down to these levels as well. As you see, there's a lot of liquidity being built up here. So then you could just get wicked out, and these will wick out all these orders that were here. You see? So that's generally what happens, and that's why I put my order in. Again, if we reject off this level, again, our order doesn't get filled. That's also okay. It's just an idea. If it plays out, it plays out. You know, I'd rather position myself in a better risk reward. Overall, if we capture both entries as well, it will be a 3R on this trade. It will be a swing trade overall idea. So that's also what I'm looking at. So that's a long-term play. nothing to look at right now. It's just good to know, you know, obviously looking down at the markets. Okay, we smashed TP1. Let's update the group. 1 second, guys. TP1 is smashed. When I go quiet, I'm just updating the group, guys. Just have a little patience. 600, 500, 4, 6, 8, 5. As long as I'm feeling, and why you still healing? 4, 6, 1, 5. Excuse my bad singing. It's around 500 points. Cool. 615. Sweet. Yeah, cool. So we just broke through our TP1. So that's really cool. Not moving my stop loss to break even just yet, guys. Okay, cool. It's currently running $100 on this $1,000 account. So currently up almost 1.7K on the 1K to $10,000 challenge. That's pretty cool. Like I said, doing low risk, one trade at a time on this account. If I just want to do one trade at a time, like I want to be in one position at one time on this account. That's pretty much the idea. Trading mostly gold. You guys in this trade so far? Ryan, Adam, anyone else? I think Adam, you in this trade, right? It's a really low sniper entry. Snipes. Minimum drawdown. 30 pips drawdown, which is really good. Let's do this. Let me put my little ticky. Check. Cool. All right, TP1 smashed. Still in this position currently. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. But anyways, guys, so what was I saying before I got subjected? I was explaining the previous setup. Yeah. I lost track. When the money is moving, bro. When the money is moving, you know, my brain starts to I just start thinking numbers, you know, it's like how much money, what's my accounts, you know, what's going on. I felt like I was just born to trade, bro. Like, I don't know. I was just like, I'm not going to be an arrogant trader because that's when you get screwed. But, you know, like, I think that anyone can be a profitable trader if you put enough time into it. Like, generally, like, you need to go through your phases. You know, you really need to go through the building blocks, you know, and that's what people fail at. So, like, if I'm going to give any piece of advice to new traders or people that's, let's say, losing or they're not profitable, for example, you need to go through these stages. Like, you're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows, you're going to have some really low lows, you're going to have some really high highs. But the whole point of, you know, when you become a profitable trader is understanding that, you know, that high is not the same as that low, you know, or like, how do I say it? Like, you know, you come to a bit of an equilibrium. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, it's great to win trades. Yes, it's not great to lose trades, but it's a part of the game. So as soon as you understand that, and as soon as you stop blaming yourself and stop blaming, you know, you start switching strategies, you start switching ideas, you start switching things, you know, you don't put enough time, you know, like Adam here, for example, is a professional fighter. you know, he obviously went through, he got beat up a lot of times before he understood, okay, I need to learn how to defend. You know, maybe I can attack, but I can't defend, you know. And, you know, this is just an example, obviously, you know. So maybe he was really good at kicking, maybe he was really good at punching, but he was really bad at defending. So you need to learn everything in order to become a professional fighter. And that's what the thing is. Like, maybe some people are just good at identifying longs. Maybe people are good at identifying shorts. But they're not good at both. And this is what screws them out, because maybe they miss out on a lot of opportunities that they could have taken. So over time, you know, you start to develop, like, you know, obviously gold's in all-time high territory. Like, look, if we look at the daily, for example, you know, if someone had to show me this, if someone had to say, hey man, you in sales at the moment, have you looked at the gold price? But it's like, dude, like, I see an opportunity, I'm going to take it. Like, that's what it is. Like, I know people might call me crazy shorting in a bullish market, but that's my strategy. It's worked for me. So, like, I'm not gonna go against what I'm saying. If I see an opportunity, yes, it might hit stop loss. Yes, it might lose, but I understand that. As soon as I enter a trade, what has helped me, what has significantly helped me, and generally when I say this, I mean, I'm being genuine when I say this, when I enter a position, I already classify it as a lost trade, not based on my strategy. I just say that money is gone. And that's the way I look at it, because at any point it can lose. So I already say $200 is gone. And then if it goes the right way, great. But if you have this mindset, like, the money's gone, like, I enter position, money's gone, done. You know how much quicker you'll believe, because you're like, because once you understand it, because at the end of the time, then you're not gambling, because then you're putting yourself at a spot where it's like, okay, cool. Like, this is an investment. At any time, an investment can go to zero. Like, anything can happen, you know? So when you understand it, like, if you put your money in a stock market, that stock can collapse, like, at any moment. So don't ever think like, oh, I put money in this stock and, you know, it's going up, it had steady returns. That market can crash just as fast, right? So again, like, you're obviously putting yourself in an environment where exactly the same can happen. Like over here. I just want to grab my charger real quick. 1 second, guys. I'm still here. So let me grab my charger. I must have brassen in fucking South Africa. Yeah, we have 470 people live at the moment. I think everyone, so when no one's chatting, right, this is what I've seen on multiple streams. It's like, I call them pip and dippers, mate. So they come and grab the pips and dip. You know, they don't say anything. They don't want to give you credits. They don't want to, like, say, oh, nice, because their ego's too big. Or they're basically just taking your trade ideas and they've sent it to their own groups, or they're just telling their mate, like, oh, look, I won this trade today, bro, by myself. It's like, cool. I'm okay with that, bro. Do what you need to do, bro. Do what you need to do. But it's going to catch up to you later. I used to do that as well. Like, I used to, like, follow this guy's trades, like, back in the day, and I used to be like showing my mates, like, check this trade I did, and like my friends asked me to explain, and I was like, yeah, because of the consolidation, the movement going down, and you look at the fib level, and then, you know, that's why I'd reject. And like, your friend, oh, cool, nice. The guy stops streaming. You start taking trades by yourself. Your mate asks you a week later, yo, what happened? Like, how's the account going? Nah, blew it, bro. It's like, you know, that's what happens. Your favorite streamer just doesn't stream anymore, and you're like, shit. Because that's what happens. Like, I've generally, like, watched people stream, and then for like a year they just took a break, and then I was like I was trying to rewatch some of their videos, like, understanding, like, how exactly they entered the position, and, like, you know, it wasn't clicking, you know, until I had to develop my own strategy. Marcus Keller, what's up, brother? Appreciate you joining in. Hi, Luke. What about the free XAU indication? with blurred values from this morning. I haven't heard TP or stop loss. That one hit stop loss, unfortunately, in the group. That was I posted in the VIP. It was in the VIP group, so that one did hit SL. I did update that. That was a high risk trade, so didn't risk too much. That was on my bigger account. Did take a little bit of a chunk of that. Lost about four grand on that trade itself. Let me just check how much I lost in that trade. Yeah, lost 5 grand on that trade on the 100k account, which sucked, but is what it is. Bad to hear. Yeah, shit happens, man. But yesterday obviously was a great, like I said, not 100% win rate, and can stand by that. Yesterday we had a crazy day. We caught gold sells, gold buys. I explained earlier. Part of the game, bro. 100%. Part of the game. And again, like I'm okay to share my losses. A lot of guys that you see on Instagram or you see on YouTube or you see like in groups, they never show their losses, bro. Like I'll show my losses, bro. I'm not scared. I know that it's a part. I know it will happen. Like I've said before, it's a part of the game, bro. As soon as you understand that and as soon as you can accept a lot, like every trade I go into, like I immediately say money's gone, bro. Like I don't, obviously, like it's not a great way to think about things, but like at the end of the day, that's what it is, bro. Because you put in yourself at your own risk. It's a high risk, but trading is one of the most rewarding skill sets, but it's also one of the most riskiest. There's a very small percentage, an extremely small percentage of profitable traders. That's reality. A statistic that, you got a higher chance of becoming a doctor than a profitable trader. Like, let that sink in. Like, that's crazy. Obviously, you need to be a smart ass to be a doctor. So any doctors out here, mad respect. But just in terms of the percentage of profitable, the percentage based on the percentage of people who become doctors and based on the percentage of people who become traders, obviously traders is a lot less, which is a bit of a crazy statistic. It's so good to be back. It's so good to be back streaming. I fucking missed this, bro. I missed this. And I appreciate you guys all tuning on, like joining in for the stream, bro. It's like, I don't know if you watch his YouTube shorts, like I had that one viewer. And that one viewer made me continue stream. Like that's you guys, bro. Like I had literally, like when I first started streaming, like way back when, and then I stopped streaming because I had like 4 viewers, 3 viewers. And it was hard, bro. Like, cause you're talking to I appreciate all the people who tune in, but it's hard, man. Like, you're spending like an hour, 2 hours of your time, which is a lot of time for some people. And then like for 3 people, it sucks. It sucks, man. Guys, again, if you guys want to get access to the VIP group, catch trades in real time, make sure to scan the QR code, drop me a DM. We do have a deposit bonus now of 150%, so make sure to scan the QR code, get there. I do activate the deposit bonus for the stream as well. So if you do deposit while being on stream, I do help you out with that. So yeah, I do that for you guys because I do appreciate you guys obviously putting in the time, coming on my streams, so I do look out for you guys. You guys look out for me, I look out for you. And then you obviously get access to the VIP group as well. Got my one mate. My one mate's actively trading silver at the moment. I just want to show you guys the silver chart again, right? The silver chart's like crazy, bro. Have a look at this shit. Like, this is nuts, dude. And like, I don't know, last stream I showed you guys like how crazy silver is just pumped. But it's just hilarious because Like there's just memes going around of everyone like Bitcoin right now, you know, you're up like 10% for the year. There's like gold, which is up like also a good percentage, and then there's just silver, just like out of nowhere, you know, like just for, yeah, look at the crazy this in the past 2 months, we literally up almost 100% on silver since October. Well, since it's November, we literally almost up 100%. I've no doubt silver's going to smash through $100. But it's just hard because there's just no pullbacks. Like there was a pullback slightly today, as far as I see. Would have loved to actually enter that. Just wasn't really looking at the chart, to be honest. Silver would have been clean. Silver would have been clean. Clean. Damn. Why am I still breathing? Just have a little patience. Not much volume at the moment, which is quite a little bit boring, but yeah. In the next hour, if I'm still on, depending on how the trade goes, yeah, we will have New York session opening up. Oh, it's at 3 p.m. I think 3 p.m. I think 3 p.m. I keep getting confused. I keep thinking that that's red is like the price. I'm like, oh damn, like gold price 4613, nice. But it's actually just the EMA. If you guys want to get the EMA, if you guys want to get the EMAs as well, like if you guys want to add in an indicator, just click this. And you guys can just add in whatever you like. Just search. There's the EMA there. You guys can just add this in, add whatever you want in. And then I also use volume candles as well. Let me add in a bit of volume candle. Volume candles is a pretty cool tool. So you can see when when big volume starts to come in. You can see that when the candles are quite thin, like little skinny things, that obviously means that there's generally no volume. There's obviously when it's slightly thicker. Let me make the chart a bit thicker. You guys can see when the candle's looking like that. Obviously, there's a lot of volume coming in. It's probably like a candle, just after New York opened. It's early hours in the morning. Just after New York. Cool. Oh, I sit on this chair. Oh, this chair is so uncomfortable. Oh. So guys, make sure to drop me a DM right now if you want to get that deposit bonus. Scan the QR code, drop me a DM. I am active, I am on my phone watching you guys. Just send it to say, you want to just send me a message, YouTube, so I do know like where you came from as well. It's good to know like where the audience is coming from. But yesterday was really cool. I don't mean to like keep talking about yesterday, but yesterday was sick. Because like last week, I'm gonna be honest, we did have a little bit of a shitty week in terms of the VIP. Just based like my theory is just because it was a new year, a lot of people entering the market, a lot of new money was entering the market, people were just trying to jump in. Marcus asked, what do you think about New York's reopening? Still short on XAU? Yeah, I'll stay in the position. I don't like, again, I don't necessarily trade sessions. I don't necessarily trade news. I don't trade any of this. I just trade candles. So when the trade aligns and the setup looks good, like I'm gonna enter. It might take a bit of time to play out. It might take faster. Volume might come in. It's not always necessarily that volume will come in on New York opening. It's not necessarily that news will push the markets. So that's why I don't trade it, because it's not always guaranteed. So I don't like to base my trades based on luck, because it's like, oh, okay, we got this news like, oh, it's gonna be bad for the US. Oh, that means that gold should pump. It's like, like if you're gonna base it around that, you know, you're pretty much just basing. If you're gonna think that, you know, you can take a trade based on what, like, the economy is doing and will it affect the price, I think you're gonna be very wrong. Just based on the fact that, you know, if everyone's doing that, if everyone has the same thought as you, why would you be right? You know, you could be right a few times, but the chance of you being right all the time, very slim. I think the win rate wouldn't be that high. Like you could have a 30-40% win rate just trading news or trading, you know, openings, for example. Like a lot of people have some strategies where they're like, okay, cool. They will have, like, let's say for example, okay, like I'm going to trade this candle as soon as it opens on New York, or when London session opens. A lot of people had, like, I had one guy every single day when London session opened, all he did was buy, and it worked for him, you know. So, you know, that's not financial advice, it's not the guidance, but it worked for him, you know. I don't know if he's still doing that now, but that's literally all he did. As soon as London opened, just checked, okay, did we sweep liquidity? What happened during that session? And then boom, you would just open longs all the time, every single time. Didn't have a stop loss. You would just like run his trade. Have a TP, no stop loss. I mean, again, some people don't trade with stop losses. The funny part, you know why some people don't trade with stop losses, which I find ridiculous, is like, you know, like, yeah, I have my stop loss here, right? And then like some people think like, oh no, I'm not going to put my stop loss, I'm not going to put it on the actual trade because they can see that, bro. Like they're going to definitely try and take out my order. Like, bro, they don't care about your $100, your $200, your $300, your $10,000, your $100,000. They want to chase the billions, bro. What's the billionaires? What's the trillionaires? What they thinking? What's going through their mind? You know, what's the big institutions doing? They don't care about the retail, bro. It's not how they trade, bro. Like, all we come in to do is get our small piece of the pie and exit the market. That's literally all we're trying to do. You know? I'm just doing an update in the group for the guys. So guys, that's weird. That's awkward. So guys, currently still live on YouTube, currently running in a gold short, currently running at around 40 to 50 pips. Wait, let me just read the. So guys, currently still live on YouTube at the moment, currently running on a gold short and currently running around 40 to 50 pips in profit. So if you guys want to tune in, we're still active in the position. We currently smashed just TP1 and we're still holding, haven't moved stop loss to break even, haven't changed the trade just yet. So still monitoring, still going to be on for a little while. So if you guys want to tune in, ask some questions, make sure to tune on now. Damn, pretty boring PA at the moment. Price action. This also shows you guys that I'm real. Like when I send a video, you know, some people literally thought I was AI, bro, for like weeks. Some guys like, show me a video that you're real, and I'm literally like on a YouTube, sending a video, comes to my group, you know, like I can't show you guys more what I do, you know, like I can't hide it. What else do you guys enjoy trading? Trading. What did I say? Trading. Like, what's some other pairs that you guys enjoy trading? Like, maybe I'll look at that. Also looking at, you know, I look at Euro USD quite often. USD CAD is quite a nice pair. I think it was NZD CAD. I think it was this one I wanted to look at. I think it was daily was looking quite saucy on this one. I don't know if it was this one. No, I think it was USD. I think it could have been this one. Yeah, this one was looking hot. This one is looking hot. This could be a nice. I was looking at this for a swing trade idea because it looks like a bit of a head and shoulders forming here. Tried Bitcoin, but it's scary. It's like the gold of crypto. Yeah, Bitcoin is especially during, you know, when you got to understand trading Bitcoin is good, but also understand when trading Bitcoin in a bullish market, it's also scary. Because Bitcoin, like if you're not in the right, if you're trying to, if you're a fundamental trader or technical analysis trader, you know, you're going to see some shorts happening in, you know, let's say in a bullish market with Bitcoin, you're going to see some short opportunities happen. But at the same time, you got to remember that like Bitcoin does crazy shit. So, you know, like at the same time, you like kind of going against the trend as well, which can be scary. What am I doing here? Oh yeah. Wait, what the fuck? Bit of a head and shoulders pattern forming, yeah. Grab the top there, bottom there, top there. This could be a nice play, actually. A nice play. I might actually enter a swing position on this. This will be a big. Let me see. I do like this. What would this be? This will be a long play though. 1.5 risk reward. Yeah, this will be a swing trade setup. This might not be too bad either. This will be a long-term play. Let me get back to that. I do like that. I do like that a lot. It's daily play, so we don't need to really stress about that too much. Always have time to enter the opportunity. Well, I'd really love gold had to just like dump now and come down to like these levels, bro. That would be so nice, because then we already have levels preemptively. We know where we stand. Do that. Let me just fix this. Why does this thing keep moving, bro? I might actually send that to the swing group, to be honest. Actually, yeah, let me send that. This is a swing trade setup, guys. Like on New Zealand USD. What just happened? Daily, yeah. Daily setup. It's going to take long to play out. If you're going to risk, like I would do very, very low risk on this trade. Just let it play out. High probability setup. Let me just do this because I just want to send this to the group. One second, I just want to trying to send this. This is going to be a, let me just put my points here. Guys, this can take long to play out. This is for the swing traders, guys who like to do swing trades. These guys that want to just let a trade play out for like days, weeks, even months. Final TP over here. That's looking quite nice, looking quite hot. Head and shoulders on a daily is quite rare and usually quite a high probability setup. Let me just pop this in the swing trading group. So New Zealand. Are you guys seeing the head and shoulders pattern on this? Entry would be like now. So what is our current entry price? Yeah, 0.5. 7,463. Just 1 second, guys. I'm just sending a trade setup to my group here. 3 TPs on here, 4, 5. 0.4, 0.56, 513. 3 TPs on this would be fine, and final TP would be 0.56. No, wait, sorry, 555. 851. Stop loss is going to sit at, because we could still go into drawdown on this trade. It could be a while, you know. We could enter another position, you know. This could be a nice play to play out long term. 3. High probability swing trade. All right, cool. Let's check if I have any questions. No, it'll be in the swing, so it'll be in the trading club. I'll send it like I'll send this one in the group. I just sent it there now. Adam, you would see it. Let's update the group. This one I also tease it here on the YouTube as well. Tease it on here. Damn, my phone's like lagging here. Guys, we've also just found a high probability daily setup on New Zealand USD. Have a look at this. So it's a head and shoulders pattern that just formed. I've just dropped it to the swing trading group. It's a high probability, a head and shoulders pattern on the daily chart. So dropped it on my YouTube channel if you want to get the exact entry points, but it's also in the VIP club as well. Yeah, this is like your lot size should be really low on this one, because you might get fees, because it's going to take a long time to get out. So you want to pay attention, you know, for fees. You know, there's a lot of factors that go involved. Let's have a look at what's happening on gold. Go gold, bro. So we've dipped down back to our TP1 levels. Currently breaking below that. Breaking below. Cool. Sweet. Whoa. What you guys plans for the day? What you guys plans for the weekend? Got anything cool planned, exciting? Because I don't. just trying to get some stuff sorted out here. So to be honest, I actually have been, I haven't like, I think I had a beer the other day, but I haven't drank that much in 2026. You know, I know it's only been 15 days. You know, yo guys, what's up? Sober 2026, bro. 15 days. But no, to be fair, like I haven't actually been drinking as much. You know, I do enjoy it. I do like a drink. I won't lie to you guys. I do like a drink. But yeah, no, I just haven't been in the mood recently. Like I just been like so fixated. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy that gets all pumped for 2026. You know, like I'm not that guy that's just like new year, new me type of bullshit, man. I'm doing the same thing I did last year. I'm just trying to do it better. That's pretty much it. You know, I'm trying to learn from my mistakes that I did last year, and that's what I'm going to try and do this year. You know, try and learn from that. I'm not going in there with this whole bullshit story of like, oh no, I'm going to cut a lot of things, change like everything. Oh, I'm going to cut out this, do this, start eating this. Like, no. Like, no. Because like, that's being, you're trying to be consistent in an inconsistent way, because you're trying to change ways that you were doing last year, but you were doing it consistently last year. And if it was working for you, then keep doing it. You know, why are you trying to change the whole dynamic of, you know? I like that. I'm going to do things this year differently than I did last year. I'm just going to do it better. I like that. That's going to be my 2026 quote, bro. Bam. Bam. Luke's quote, 2026. Same person, just better. My back. Sit on this like little wooden chair. I got to move out of this place tomorrow, and then I'll go to a place just nearby. It's like 3 minutes walk. Much better place. I booked this place and I was thinking, oh, this place is pretty cool, but the view and stuff isn't that great. So I'm gonna decide to. Obviously, I can't show you guys because I might just get, something might happen. Someone might come knocking on my door or something like that. So, gotta protect your privacy. But yeah, I'm gonna be moving close nearby tomorrow. It's so crazy because I actually enjoy being like a nomad. You know, just like I don't know where I'm gonna be tomorrow. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be in this country. I don't know if I'm gonna be in this place, in this hotel, in this apartment. I love it, bro. I love it. I do love it. As long as I have my laptop, I'm cool. And a place to put my laptop, like I'm cool. Like I generally like, if I have my laptop and my phone, I can pretty much be anywhere, bro. You can put me on an island with nothing, bro. Like I could just have one pair of shorts and like just a little bit of food and I will survive, bro. I can live the most basic lifestyle you've ever seen in your life, bro. Like I am dead serious about that. Like a lot of you guys see my YouTube and stuff like this, you see very extravagant lifestyle doing all these things, but I can literally live such a basic lifestyle if I really want to, and I'd really enjoy it. Like I don't mind it. We're pushing down here quite aggressively. How much are we up on? That's 1K account. Be nice to get like another $300-$400 on that account, because then we'll be sitting at 2K, so we'd officially double our account. I'm currently sitting only on $100, so need a little bit of a push down. Obviously, guys, is the live account. Is the live. So crazy because I do have a guy that I learned trading from. Like he helped me a lot, and he's just such a good trader as well, bro. It's like crazy. Like this guy, like just he's also just a really good trader, you know. I really respect other good, transparent traders, you know, out there. I have mad respect for them. Like when you start to meet, you know, the guys, the most transparent and the most profitable traders are not the loudest traders, you know. That's the thing. Pushing down quite aggressively, yeah. Push, baby. Like it's blow it a bit down, mate. Push, baby. Push, baby. TP2's at 4610. 4610. Current incident. Currently breaking below. So currently price is 4612.4. Keep holding this for now. You guys still holding this position probably, yeah? I assume so. Don't find a reason to close or do anything crazy just yet. Crazy. Bouncing off the EMA at the moment. Like I said, guys, like I said, that New Zealand one is it's gonna take a while to play out, and we started to reject already. Jeez, cool. What is our exact entry then that I sent? Because now it changed. 57 563 57 563 57. I was like, wall up, yeah, shit. I was supposed to enter, fuck. This was on the daily. Damn. Well, you can just enter at that point, I suppose, because it's pretty much just a daily move. So around that price. Let me just update that because people might get a bit confused. Might as well say 563 to 0. What is this? Like 57477. I should just delete and re-add this position. Wait. 1 second. So delete this one, add a new one. Don't like when it says it's edited, because then people will go back and be like, oh no bro, like didn't get in there, bro. It'd be really annoying. Should have looked down on the 15-minute to be fair, and got an actual entry. My bad. My bad. Check what the chat's saying. What up? What up, chat? Oh, you're my back. Again, guys, those of you who just joined, just gonna update everyone again on the trade because maybe you guys just tuned in. So, where do we start? Okay, so we enter position at. Let me just give you guys the exact time where I entered at. Around 12 o'clock my time, so roughly around. I've already been on for 2 hours, bro. Just less than 2 hours. Damn. Okay, we need to jump up soon because I don't want to waste you guys' time. You got the trade, you got the setup. Ready TP1. What I want to say? Okay, so we entered position at around 12, so around here. Went into about 30 pips drawdown, which is nothing crazy. And then ready smashed to TP1, came down, the lowest point was 4611, so about 15 pips off from second TP, Current price is sitting at 4612.3, currently pushing down. And stop loss, final take probably is 4580, which is going to give us about 2R on this trade, 1.9 to be exact. It's an update. And if you guys want to get access to real-time trades, real-time setups, make sure to scan the QR code, drop me a DM, and say either YouTube or bonus so we can get you set up. And then you can start actively actually taking trades and taking setups as well. Need to eat some food. What you guys plans for the weekend? What you guys plans for today? Are you gonna take some profits and go spend it on your missus, bro? Or go spend it on some family, or go spend it on your kids? Whatever the case is. What do you guys do for fun these days? You know, I don't know how old everyone is in the group, but you know, I'm getting like to 30. Like, you know, I'm becoming a bit of a homeboy. You know, it's a homeboy. I like to just relax. Like, I can just sit and trade and make money every single day. I could do that, bro, without a doubt. Marcus said, need to leave for today. Thank you for your recommendation and your time. Really appreciate you tuning in, brother. Have a fantastic day and a great weekend. And we'll be updating you guys. We'll be updating you in the group as well on the trade. Appreciate you, bro. Sometimes I feel like people that you don't even know, bro, are like some of the best people, bro. Just haven't met them in real life, man. Such genuine people, man. Such genuine people. Are we pushing down here? Push, baby, push. Yeah, we'll be updating you. Don't worry about it. Appreciate you, Marcus. Chat later. Why short on gold? MK1 Fitness. Why not? Why not short on gold, bro? We caught a gold buy yesterday. We caught gold short yesterday. Why can't we catch a gold short again today? That's my question to you. Testing Haas now. What is, I don't know what that is. What is Haas? Do you want to explain what that means there, brother? Haas. I've never heard that term. Maybe I know what it means. I just don't know what the HAS means. Head and shoulders pattern. Well, I saw it on the New Zealand. If I see it on the daily, I would do it. I've given a head and shoulders pattern, like, 2 months back on gold, and it played out really well. It's just that I don't necessarily like say it's a head and shoulders. It's just like it plays out like a head and shoulders, but it also does. You go up, you create a new high, it rejects, and then we create a new high, but it doesn't break the previous high, which ends up being, it doesn't break above new resistance. So that's what causes it to actually be a good entry. It ends up being a good setup. Like, just to call it a head and shoulders, just a familiar term with some people. So while we're short on gold, are you asking like what's the reasoning behind that? Maybe you just joined. We'll have to explain. So you can see that we obviously failed to reject a few times above here. Came up, grabbed liquidity, came back down, grabbed liquidity here. Now again, for us to continue to drive higher, firstly, in my opinion, if we're looking at the overall bias, is that we need to come down a little bit lower, like preferably down to here, which we already did. We broke down highs. Now again, we didn't come down and tap into these lows. Didn't tap into these lows before. We came up, grabbed liquidity within these levels. We saw that we gathered a bit of liquidity, not as much as obviously liquidity in these zones. Came back up, broke above this structure, broke above this structure as well, tapped into this level. And what I did was I just did it as simple as, let me do this. Let me grab my tool. Just took 50% of the swing high and the swing low of this. And that pretty much gave me my, oh, sorry, wait, where was the swing low? Oh, there you are. the swing high, the swing low, and that gave me my entry, 50% of this position, and still currently short. It's created a new lower high, and that's pretty much where I got the entry. I was just waiting for us to tap in back into this zone. You know, again, we could tap up, grab liquidity within this zone, but we already grab liquidity within this levels. So meaning that, you know, not necessarily that we're going to come all the way and tap up to here, but if we do, we can always enter another position pretty much at this point, if obviously the trade doesn't play out. But that was pretty much my reasoning behind this gold short at the moment. I'm so silly that I didn't see it as HAS and didn't realize Asian Soul. It's my bad. That was a pretty moment, mate. My bad. I haven't heard someone say like that term like that. Are we gonna hit down to our TP2, bro? What is going on here? How many scalp trades do you do in a channel? Varies from day to day, but we look at around in the scalp total trades we take per day. Like in the total that I send per day is around 5. In the scalp group, it can range from 3 to 5. Sometimes the swing is like 1 to 2. So, you know, it can vary from like, let's say 5 at the minimum total. In the scalp, it's about 3 to 4 a day. And then in the swing, it can range from about 2 to maybe 3. So maybe looking at about 6 total trades per day. Yeah, 6 total setups per day, I'd say on average. But again, it can fluctuate from day to day. You know, sometimes you could have like 6, 7, maybe 8. Sometimes you could have 4, sometimes you have 5. But I think the minimum we've had throughout was about 5 trades total every single day. And ranging from, you know, gold, Euro USD, USD CAD, GBP USD as well. Trade multiple pairs. But if you want to get MK Fitness, if you want to chat to me on Telegram, more than welcome. I'm running 150% deposit bonus for people on the stream as well. So make sure if you want to get set up, just scan the QR code, drop me a DM now, and just say like YouTube or bonus or something like that. So I know you came from YouTube. And if you have any questions on there, I'll be happy to obviously answer further because I might go off stream. So scan the QR code, at least get my contact, so that like if you have any questions after the stream, if I'm not online, you can always just ask me there. How long have you been trading for, MK? MK Fitness 1995. I was born in 1996, if that's your birth. So we're like 1 year apart. So you proper 30 this year, bro. You like 30 already. I'm entering in that territory, bro. I'm entering the 30. You're like turning 31 this year, if that's your actual age, because I'm turning 30 this year. If you've got any advice for me, bro, you know, long but not making profits, drop me a DM, bro. Let's change that. Let's change that. Have you got any advice for me entering my 30s, bro? If you are turning 31 this year. Did we hit TP? Oh, we did. Okay, we hit TP2. Nice. Sorry, that was my bad. Let me just get an exact. Yeah, we did. Okay, so we hit TP2 as well. Sleep more, bro. I feel that. I feel like I just like that's my life at the moment. I just literally want to sleep all the time, bro. Like it's crazy. It's like I feel way more tired. That's why like when I go out nowadays, I'm like, yo, you know, if I'm at home at 12, bro, I'm so happy. I'm like, oof, I get into bed. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that's great. Let me just update the group. Yeah, we hit TP2 as well. Copy. Again, guys, I do this all on my own. You know, I'm a low little wolf. How much is that now? That is peaked at 100 pips probably. That's good. Very good. Very, very good. Very good, very nice. Very good, very nice. I like it. And then bored. Okay, that's updated. That's good. Sleep more. There's me. I'm gonna be sending a picture of me like this. Took your advice at 30, bro. On my 30th birthday, there's me just laying in bed, bro. So I took MK fitness advice, bro. Respect. I might head off soon, guys. So if you do have any other questions, again, we've been on for about 2 hours. Smash the TP2. We'll be updating you guys more in the VIP group, or in the VIP and in the public group. Why is my phone so delayed, man? What is going on here, man? Guys, again, we just smashed through TP2 on the gold short on live on YouTube, guys. Have a look at this. Smashed through TP2 already. And this is still an active trade, guys. Still going to be on for a little while if you guys want to tune in and capture this trade. Again, we've already smashed the TP2. So again, wait, what am I saying, bro? What am I saying, bro? Yeah, it's one thing about being... right. What? It's fine, I'll take the group later. What is your advice in TP1, TP2, TP3? How would you manage it and break even, etc.? So generally, good question. Generally, what I do is, depending on how far the TP1, TP2, TP3 levels is from the final TP, and depending on how much volume we have in terms of it being in the trade, if we had to push past, depending if we come down to TP2, we start to break there. I always manage the trade while being in the trade, so every time it can be a little bit different, but generally after like TP2, because it would be depending on the risk and reward on the trade. But on this trade, if we push down below TP3, I'd be more inclined to move stop loss to break even at that point, or start securing some profits. And yeah, but generally after like TP2, I would start to move stop loss to break even. That's pretty much. But on this one, it's like, yes, we are up 100 pips, which is great, but the RR on that is not that significant. I just like, sometimes I like to keep the TPs on just so like I have a mindset of where the price is at the moment. But it can fluctuate, like if this was, let's say, for example, here, or that was like there, then realistically I'd move and the stop loss was a lot shorter, I would then move my stop loss to break even at that point. But because we have still a bit of room to play with, and I don't feel like the move has come in just yet, so I'm quite comfortable still being in this trade. And New York session is opening up soon, so yeah. I'm sorry, this is 400. Yeah, so if you guys have like a 0.1 lot in here, you already made $100 on this trade. 0.2, 200. Again, just depending on how much you risk, obviously, because if you put 0.1, you're risking $200, so you'd currently only be up like $100, which is 0.5 R. So it's nothing too crazy. So that's why we want to get at least to like, down to like here. I'd say like down to like here, that'll be good, because that'll be like a 1-to-1, and then we can start managing the position correctly from there. At the moment, I don't see why price wouldn't continue to reject, but let's see. Oh no, man, don't do that. Okay, cool. Where's my other tick? Good questions though, MK. Appreciate that, bro. Like, this is what helps. Obviously, I do feel like some people are maybe too shy, or they feel like they might be silly for asking some questions, whatever the case is. But, you know, every question is relevant. You know, every question I don't mind answering, but some people might not want to ask the questions. So I do appreciate these questions. They do help me, and they help a lot of people in this channel, because most people don't want to speak up. So appreciate it, bro. Do I really want to grab a steak today, you know? I'm trying to think what to eat for lunch. Lunch. How much deposit to enter free premium? So to enter the VIP, you deposit 300 and you'll get a 150% deposit bonus. So you would get about, total your account will be about 750. If you deposit 500, you'll get 1,500. Is that right? Yeah. So just depend, yeah. But minimum is 300, yeah. If you want to deposit, just get access, get extras. But drop me a DM and I can give you some more breakdowns of what it entails and what you get. You also get educational materials. You also get like videos you can watch. You get mentorship as well. So yeah, just make sure you scan the QR code before, or you can always come back to my YouTube channel later and always scan it there. So you don't have to do it now. Whenever you feel ready. No rush at all. No rush at all, brother. Like I say to most people, see what I'm about, you know, see if you like enjoy my strategy, see if you like, you know, think like if you enjoy like how I trade, for example. You know, if it works for you, it works for you. Maybe it doesn't work for everyone, but you know, that's just me. I just keep doing what I do. Are we gonna push down? Are we gonna push down? Bit slow at the moment. I might, before, see, there is obviously New York session opening, so I might move, I don't know, just seeing if, like, I don't know, because we have also got news, to be honest. You know what, I might move stop loss to break even on this trade, just based on that we have news coming up, and we have okay, we are rejecting here. Yeah, now I'll start to move stop loss to break even on this, because you're starting to reject hard here. Nice. Nice. Who's all in this trade at the moment? Should be up quite nicely. Let me check my trade. Nice. Up almost $300 on this trade on my $1,000 account challenge. So if you just joined, obviously I'm doing a $1,000 to $10,000. Total we up on this account is 600. And now if we close this trade soon, we will be looking at a nice little thingy. If we make, did we hit TP3? Yeah, we hit TP3. Okay, cool. TP3 just smashed. Nice. that's gonna be peaked at around 150 pips on this trade, which is really good. Moving stop loss to break even, making this a risk-free trade at this point. Let me just do that. I don't know if I wanna. Let me see. Like if you want to move stop loss to break even, I suggest to do that, so it's not going to be a losing trade. But I might just stay in for a little while, just because I've put low risk on this trade. I'm not risking too much, so I might just like run it down. Let's see, because we could potentially make I would like to make like $500-600 on this. That'll be pretty cool. Because then yeah. Is that a chipboard channel for the challenge? So if I take exactly those trades, that will be 10x on my account. Well, we're already up so far. We're taking specific trades in the group. So gotta go. Thank you for your time, bro. See you on the Telegram and YouTube. Much love, Adam. Yeah, so can't always guarantee that you will 10x, because potentially people are taking different trades, different setups, different lot sizes, for example. So I'm not in control of your account. You completely trade your own account, so I can't be responsible for what you do. But yeah, obviously sending the trades in there, in the trade setups, trade setups. Obviously now we're already up 2x of the account, technically. I mean, with this position, up like almost 2 grand. So 1.8. It's already 2x up on this account alone. And that's how many trades we've taken so far. And this is my live account. If you want to see. I don't think I would lie about being on a $1,000 demo account. That'll be very sad. Extremely sad. Let me just check something. All the fundamentals are looking good. Just want to do something, yeah. Okay, that's fine. So guys, obviously be prepared. News is coming out in the next 14 or 6 minutes, sorry. Let me just get back to this. I'm just updating everything. Guys, I think I'm going to jump off. Yeah, just based on like already hit TP3 as well. Just update that. Really appreciate you guys who came on. I did update the group. If you guys want to trade conservatively, maybe stop loss break even. But yeah, overall, successful stream. I Sorry, wait, one before I go. You said Christian. So I'm risking between $100 to $200 per trade on this account because I'm trying to achieve this. I'm trying to achieve it a bit faster. It's just depending on the setup. Maybe $50, $100. Looking at potentially, doing 1-to-1 trades. Also potentially maybe doing a 1-to-2. I'm trying to get a lot of 1-to-2 risk rewards so we can try and make the process go a bit faster. But obviously I don't want to rush this challenge. But that's pretty much the goal. I'm just risking as we go. But risking about let's say $100, $150. Because as soon as I gradually build up the account, I'm just gonna start increasing my risk. Not necessarily what to do as well. But the idea is for us to take a lot of successful trades. So even if you don't end up 10xing because maybe you want to lower your risk, but you end up 3xing, 4xing, that's also good. It's about obviously just winning multiple trades. It might take me a bit longer, but that's overall that's the plan. That is the plan. Right, guys, but I appreciate you all for being on here. I'm going to jump off. We'll be updating you guys in the VIP based on the trades as well. Appreciate you all for tuning in. And obviously, if you want to get access to obviously all the VIP signals and the group, make sure to scan the QR code and drop me a DM. Just say you came from YouTube, and then we'll sort you out. Guys, thank you very much. Much love, and have a great weekend and a profitable week. Catch you guys on the flip.